It's Pikachu!
Arakni.
Hey everyone, welcome back to more Flesh and Bad, and today we're going to be taking a look at another F-Tier hero, at least for now, and that is Arakni Huntsman. So Arakni is basically just an assassin good stuff deck, very kind of similar to most other assassins like Azuri and Nu. The only problem is he currently has like 0 tools that the other assassins have, so that has kind of relegated him to F tier. But at least we can rely on powerful generics like CYB that can kind of prolong the game so that we can maybe get kind of like fatigue kit thing going on. So I don't actually think this deck is like better than Nu by any stretch of the imagination, but it is cooler because I guess you get more information. I guess information's always fun in card games. So that's pretty cool. Again, this is not a list I took from anyone. This is kind of just a crappy CYB list I threw together. I feel like there might be other ways to play Arakni. Like you could do like the contract, like attack reaction heavy stuff. But like I don't know. I feel like if you're not playing CYBs with Arakni, kind of what are you doing? But we're also running Regicide, not because the card's good, just because the card's funny. And if I manage to get a Regicide off during a video, I'll be incredibly happy. So this is gonna be list for today. Again, we have AB3, CYB. Again, nothing incredibly special about this list, except just good old contract stuff. And then, yeah, we'll see if we can actually manage to win with this. But yeah, with that, let's go ahead and get into the games. We got a Jarl. I think we're just normally fat decking Jarl. And then I think this should be fine. We probably want Scale Peeler over Spider's Bite though. It seems pretty good. We're doing Arakni today because this might be the last opportunity for him to be F tier. That being said, LSS has had a history of printing entire sets where there were F tier heroes and then them remaining F tier. So could definitely still be relegated to F tier, but we'll give it our best shot today. So the only game I actually tested this deck with was against a Jarl, and I felt pretty confident in that matchup. So hopefully this will be pretty good. I think, do we want Pummel? We can probably sink Pummel, that's fine. Don't really want to get pummeled pretty early. I do get an Oakenold out of them though, so can't be too upset about that. We will go ahead and pay 1. I guess we'll pay with Surgical here seems fine. They do have Dominate coming in for 6. Could give up Crown, but it's a little bit awkward because then we're getting Frostbites for the rest of the game. Don't know if I want to give that up for free. Oh, I guess we have to, right? Because it's dominated. Yeah, maybe we just give up Arsenal, honestly. I think it's fine. If they want Pummel us, I think that's also okay. I don't want to just like give up Crown because like this is like preventing us from getting like at least 4 or 5 Frostbites, I feel like. Alright, but I am fine to just plunder. Do I want to sink Fruits? I don't want to banish Earth cards, so I guess I do sink Fruits. Yeah, that makes sense. I've never played Arakni before, if you can't tell, by the way. Mainly because he's not really a hero that's very well put together at this point. We'll go ahead and cut, though. If they're going to not give us Frostbite. I still don't want to banish Earth cards, so we will still sink the Autumn's Touch. Or we'll sink another Earth card, rather. Yeah, but I'm imagining that they'll probably print some Arakni support in this upcoming set. Again, it's entirely possible we run into the Wizard situation where we have an entire Wizard set and there's not really a good strategy for them. What do we want to do with this hand? So we could just like immovable this. It's kind of reasonable. But also like Dominate doesn't do anything, so maybe we just pay 0. I think that's fine. We got a ton of reacts here. And then we've also got a CNC, which is kind of funny. All right, now might be the opportunity to actually go Crown. We're going to get a lot of Frostbites out of this, but I do want to like just keep some kind of D-react density of the deck, and it does kind of give us a card, so I think that's probably fine. We will get Frostbites for the rest of the game, but not much we can do about it. So, is what it is. I'm glad we sunk the pummel, though. Otherwise, they would have had pummel CNC, I think. Right, this hand's, like, terrible, though. I guess we can bonds, right? We can bonds, razor, flick, black tech. Is that worth it? Maybe it's worth it. They might have to block this weird, which is at least something. So what can we pump it to at this point? So we can, this goes for, so 7. You pump it over by 1, which is pretty annoying. Yeah, it's fine. Then I guess we'll flick. Flick the peeler at them, and then black text, I guess. It could have react here pretty easily, but yeah, that's fine. At least we're forcing the react out of them. We do use a lot of resources to do this, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and just develop out CYB. I think we'll pitch Sync here. Immovable is pretty good against Jarl. Alright, find 2 more CYBs. Not bad. Alright, we are down a dagger, unfortunately, so what do we want to do here? Can't or we shouldn't probably unmovable this. I think we're just double CYBing on our turn. I think that seems fine. We'll just develop them out, I think. Saving our codexes for late game, I think, is also wise. I think we pitched 2 of them already, so definitely a pretty alright spot to be in. And there's the 3rd one. Okay, so the interesting thing about this is that I guess we will pay? Sure, we'll pay. Right, Channel Mount Eisen, also fine. Into a Frosty, sure. So what do we want to do? So we have 2 Frostbites. This is coming in for 1. Fortunately, we got a little bit of like an all yellow hand here, but it's kind of okay. Kind of wish this was a block card, but we'll make do. The 2 codexes being right next to each other is a little bit unfortunate. I think here we'll just go ahead and pass back. Yeah, the Frostbites are definitely hurting a little bit here. Alright, at least they're having a pretty weak turn here. So we can just immovable this, and then we can either develop out of CYB or we can eradicate. It's probably better to just get the CYB online. Maybe. The Eradicate's not doing a ton. Yeah, maybe it's worth it. Do I want to sync a pulse? No. I'll let them have... Well, I guess this is like never hitting, so maybe we should have synced the pulse. It's kind of close. So I guess if they let this hit, then we banish it. It's kind of interesting. Alright, they will draw the pulse now, I assume. Interesting. Alright, get 2 cards, get a Frostfang and on, so sure. So that does start their decompose count normally, notably, which is not ideal. But now we know they have a pulse in hand. Alright, we can deal with the Terra Sunder, that's pretty easy. Unless it's on an Oakenold. Okay. So maybe not. But that's also fine. Okay, so Oakenold coming in for 10. We cannot cover this, so we're pretty much losing the whole hand, but I guess we can maybe try to draw into like a CYB or something. Sure. Or we can actually just get hit by this. How reasonable is that? Maybe we do want to actually just hold on to this thing and just get time locked. Just prevents us from getting like snowballed super hard. Oh, we could have also put a card on the bottom with the Oakenol. I guess CNC is like fine to have against Jarl though. Sure. So go ahead and pass back. Find another CYB, another unmovable. That's good. Alright, they're getting a lot of equipment out of the way, so that's suboptimal. Okay, but if that's all they're doing, I guess we're kind of fine with that. So let's go ahead. How do we want to do this? I guess we'll just do bite here and then try to persuasive. No, that seems kind of weird. Huh. Oh, we have tunic though, so we can still like Spider's Bite plus Persuasive plus CYB if they don't block with Stalagmite, which they're doing. Okay, I think that's still fine, though. Sure. Okay, that's fine. So I guess we can now Persuasive, pitching, unmovable. Holding on to CYB seems fine to me. This will at least eat another piece of equipment. Sure. So a little bit awkward here, but I think that's okay. Alright, they do have the crumble. It seems like they've also got the mangle. Interesting. Alright, only pitching an earth card though, so it's 10 dominate. So I guess it doesn't matter because the ice card is the dominate anyways. Okay. Seems pretty good. But we can fortunately cover this as long as they don't have the pummel. We did sink one pummel earlier. They've not played out another one. So could be pretty likely that they have one. In which case we block with CNC, I think. And then we just do leave no chase. That seems fine. They have the pummel, they have the pummel. Not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and sink CYB here. Just try to find like a react or something. Alright, this is okay. Alright, then we get leave no plus cut to the chase, which is pretty good. And then we can just save the Easter egg for next turn, potentially. Alright, let's take a look at the top of the deck. We see an Oakenol. I think we will leave that on top because we're pretty likely to hit with this, at least the cut to the chase. And if we don't hit with it, then we can at least buff it to sink it again. So I guess we'll just go ahead and do that. We're not going to sink it. Wait, what? Oh, I did sink it. Shit. I meant to not sink it. Okay, that's fine. We will then sink the channel Mount Eisen, I think, as well. Alright. Oh, we banished that from the top. Okay. So we banished Imposing Visage and a Sink Blow. That's pretty good. Alright, not too bad. We get to sit on an Easter egg as well. So 3 CYB cycling through the deck. Alright, they will Frozen to Death, which will get rid of our Tunic. That's fine. Sure. But at least that's their whole turn. So, not too bad. And then here, I feel like I want to hold on to the cut to the chase. This notably doesn't do a whole lot with our hand. Let's just go on an Easter egg. We'll pitch the shred. Bottom. Bottom here. I guess looking for scrap is fine. Alright, we'll do buff, I guess, as well. Maybe we should have daggered first, actually. We can do this at reaction speed, though. So maybe that's still fine. Like, we won't get the contract value from it, but Yeah, it's okay. Let's go ahead and just do this just for like the coercive value. Look at top 3 cards, put them back in AR, then banish top card. Alright, so we'll do top, banish the Winter's Grasp. I just don't want to give him Decompose mainly. I think that's fine. Alright, go ahead and pay 1 with Double Trouble seems fine. Then we can choose what to block with next. Alright, they have a Spinal here. Nobody is going to be pretty hard to like develop anything on our turn, so I think we're just blocking 9 here and passing. Seems reasonable. Alright, we'll just pass back. Again, we're pretty far ahead in terms of the fatigue game at this point. Alright, Terrascunder is a little bit spooky. So here, you can actually overpitch to avoid the discard. So you can block with like Double Trouble here and take 2 and then CYB in response. Seems fine. They still have a cup. They have all 3 pummels left in the deck, or maybe they're only running 2. Kind of feels like they're only running 2 with how the draws have lined up, but it's hard to say. Alright, we still have a lot of reacts left in the deck as well. So hoping to get drawing into those so that we can stabilize. Okay, we do find some, which is good. Alright, notably reacts are very, very bad into CNC. Or to CLF rather. The other C card. Alright, Titan's Fist, not the end of the world though. So I think we're actually just going to keep the whole hand and just try to send Annihilate plus Cut to the Chase, which is 3 total. And then if they want a Stalagmite, that's also fine. We can pay with like Fate or Removal. Oh, well, we have to actually pay into the Frostbite, so that's... I think it still works out. So we're just going to keep the whole hand here. Alright, we do see a lot of pummels still in the deck though. Alright, let's go ahead and pitch 3 here. Get an Arakni trigger. We will sink the Terrasunder. Fine with that. Alright, notably this is a bit annoying because now we have to pitch 2 cards if we want this to hit. Is that worth it? Might honestly be worth it just to like get the stupid card out of our arsenal. I will not sink this pummel because I think I would rather them not have a pummel in the deck. So I think I'm fine getting rid of that. Mainly it's because that's one of Jarl's biggest like reach cards. Alright, they are representing pummel now, that's fine. We'll go ahead and just block 9 on this and then Arsenal Fate. I think that's okay. Especially when they have a CLF around. Alright, so we will have to discard the Fate, unfortunately, here, because they do have the CLF out, but not much we can do about that. At least we get 2 pummels out of the way. And pass back. Alright, we found the funny card. Notably, we can only use this for, like, lethal damage, so it's not even good. We can't do looking for scrap into CNC, though. Right, they do lose their CLF. This is only just coming in for Dominate. We'll go ahead and block 3 here. I think we're just going to try to send this Tempo hand at them. How many Blizzards do we have left? I feel like I've seen Blizzards in pitch, but I've not seen any played, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we'll not play that. We'll play looking for scrap. We'll banish Persuasive. I think is fine. I haven't seen a lot of Arakni lists actually running looking for scrap, which is kind of interesting. All right, they do have a Blizzard here, so that's fine. We'll pay 0 and then Arsenal this. All right, so we have the Mangle coming in. They are keeping in 2 floating up. So I think I'm supposed to block 6 here, and if they pummel, I think I'm just fine with that. Ultimately, we just discard a card and then send CNC at them. Like CNC's not even that good. Maybe we just didn't like bonds of protection or something at them. Alright, so they still have blizzards up, so that makes me want to lean into just CNCing and then holding on to the eradicate. How many reacts do we have left in the deck? We have Cut to the Chase, Razor's Edge. I think we've seen 2 Razor's Edge, so I think we have 3 Razor's Edge, 1 Cut to the Chase, 2 Cuts to the Chase. So we have 1 Cut to the Chase left, I think. Alright, not too bad. Alright, the Polar Blast here, we're not going to pay for this. And they can do whatever. Alright, Hammer for 3, not incredibly scary. I don't think we're going to block this, because we can just do this into Eradicate and still play for Blizzard. So they still have 1 Blizzard left in the deck. Interesting. 1 Blizzard, 1 Pummel is what we kind of have to worry about. So that's why I'm trying to hold on to the Sink below. So let's start with this. We'll pay the blue. Put the Shred on the bottom. Go again, and then finish with Eradicate. Hopefully. Alright, they do have Sink. That's fine. Our Codexes should be coming around at some point soon. Channel like Frigid. Do I want to get rid of that? Yeah, I'm fine just sinking that. Just because I don't want to see it. But I also like don't mind banishing it, I think. Oh, wow, they're just taking it. Alright, so we have Last Blizzard out of the way. That's good. They do have a 4-card hand, which is scary, which probably means Oakenhold. Sure. So that's bad, but we can maybe manage. What did they reveal? Fruits and Channel Mount Eisen. So they're probably going to discard the fruits, Arsenal Eisen. In which case, we want to probably just block this out for damage, Codex, get a Leave No, and then send it. That seems fine. I don't think I want to actually draw here because I think we have 1 Codex that's like right next to another Codex, I think. And that might be the Codex after this because I think this was the first Codex. So drawing is a little bit risky. I think this is fine. We'll put these 2 on the bottom. They gain 2 life, go to 5. Sure, the Arsenal Eisen, which is annoying but manageable. Alright, then we get a Leave No, which is at least good. Still do have our dagger up as well. Fruits of the Forest. They're not really a Decompose Jarl from what I've noticed. So maybe it's fine to sink the fruits, because I still want to try to hit their Pummel if I can. I think their Pummel might be in this hand, though, if I'm not mistaken. It's hard to tell with Arakni. I don't have a ton of practice if you can't tell. 2 Pummels gone. I feel like there's 1 more, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, we do get 6 block out of them, though, which is really, really good. Do you have Eisen and Arsenal, which will potentially ping us, but we can at least kind of break it with the Flick Knives. Okay, so this is the double Codex hand. So I think we were probably safe to draw a card there. I think it was like a couple cards in between. So I think I'm actually going to fate this pitching a Codex for later, and then we can Arsenal the... Well, we can't Arsenal the Sink is the problem. I guess we just like discard bonds. I mean, that's fine. We'll bottom that. Maybe we do just Spider's Bite here. They still have the Blizzard, but we can at least pay for it. And then we can get like CNC. Maybe that's fine. Could have left Coercive on top if we wanted to, and then we could like guarantee what we're drawing into. They use their last Blizzard. Maybe I'm not paying attention. It could also only be on 2 Blizzards. At least this is a pretty decent CNC. Alright, and they are basically functionally at 3. Ooh, Count Your Blessings is a really good draw. Okay. I forgot we had those in the deck, if I'm being honest. So we have Titan Fist coming in, that's fine. What do we want to do here? I think I'm fine just taking this. Like, they could pummel us, but we can just, like, immovable that. So, or we can even just CYB that. I think that's fine. Alright, they do go for the pummel. Very bold. We'll just go ahead and immovable that then. Yeah, the immovables have been really, really good into Jarl. Turns out that card's pretty good against Guardian. Here, I think we're just going to send CNC. We want to, like, pressure them so that they run out of cards, which we're doing a pretty good job of doing. So we demand at least one card from them. And then we can, or we could have flicked knives them. I don't think we can do it anymore. Yeah, because we pass reactions. Okay, that's fine. They'll live another turn. Not the end of the world. Missed lethal, technically. I forgot that you can't, like, do this, like, after reacts. Is kind of, like, the tricky part, I guess. Let's go ahead and block with Coercive. I hope this card gets a little bit better. This card has kind of just been chilling out for a while because Arakni's not been very good, but maybe we'll see play in the new Arakni deck. I feel like at some point people might despise this card, which is pretty likely. Let's go ahead and do Looking for Scrap, I guess. Banishing Persuasive. And now you just kill with Flick Knives. I think they're out of... Are they out of fruits? Wait, we've only seen like one fruit. So it's actually pretty likely that they could have another fruit. Alright, they do Pulse, which makes a Frostbite. I think that's fine. If anything, we could have CYB in response. Alright, they went to Blizzard as well. I think we're just going to break these and then not pay for this, I guess. Alright, pay 0. And then we could threaten lethal, but then we'd lose Spider's Bite, but maybe it's still worth it. Oh, it froze. I think that they should have more fruits in the deck, right? But, like, running one fruit seems kind of crazy to me. Like, they should have at least 2, right? I don't know, there's some weird ratios going on in this deck, maybe. Alright, they do have the fruits, which is fine. But at least we pressured it out of their hands, so they can't really do much with it. We're still up, like, 20 cards, so I don't think it really matters a ton here. Alright, there's the third fruits. Okay, so not weird ratios, we just didn't see the fruits. Which means we'll just go ahead and fake this. We will top that. We could also do the funny thing of Concealed Blade to re-equip one of our daggers. Assuming this hits. Alright, does not hit, but we at least get this in Arsenal. And they should be thoroughly cooked here. We'll go ahead and block, I guess, with Bonds of Attraction. Hold on to the Shred and the Concealed Blade, which should basically just be lethal. Alright, then we'll go ahead and do it. Alright, we unfortunately do not get Arakni value. Very, very sad. We will Concealed Blade this, I guess. Alright, seems like we got it. Okay, so this deck can definitely beat Jarl, which is, I guess, cool. I think the immovables really do help a lot in this matchup. Alright, let's see if we can get another. Alright, we have a Victor. I feel like Victor might be a little bit of a tougher matchup. I'm glad we're getting paired into Guardians at least. Alright, let's go ahead and submit our clean 69. And then I think this looks good. I was debating running the Mask of not Recurring Nightmares, the Mask of Perdition. But Kron just seems better, and I kind of want to just stay alive more than anything. Alright. I think this is a double dagger turn, and then maybe end on like Annihilate the Armed. Seems alright. If we give him a gold, I think that's okay. Alright, using the Oromagus early. Interesting. I guess we maybe should attack with Scale Peeler, but I don't think it really matters because I assume they just block the Scale Peeler. Alright, finish on the Annihilate the Armed. Do we want them to have a Choke Slam? I don't think I care about the Choke Slam, so I should leave it on top, I guess is my argument. Alright, they do have the test, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we did decide to attack into Victor, so I guess that's our fault. I guess another reason to leave it on top is for Annihilate the Armed. Sure. Oh, that's actually kind of an interesting thing. Maybe we're actually supposed to sink there because that's a really good hit off of like Test of Strength, but I feel like we're losing that regardless. Like Victors very rarely have, like they have like trounces and tests, but like you're pretty likely to like hit a good attack action off the top most of the time. So don't think there was a ton we could do there. We do have the Razor's Edge plus oh, that's not a combo. Never mind. Card's bad. But anyways. Titan's Fist for 4 is not terrible for us though. What do we want to do here? We could coerce it plus this, which is kind of cool. But notably that doesn't do a whole lot because we don't have the cards in our hand to support that. We could sink the Razor's Edge for later. I think that's probably wise. Maybe we'll just try to find something a little bit better. Alright, Cut to the Chase is better, because that at least buffs Sleep now. They are pretty likely to use Tunic here, though. Maybe I am fine just like Scale Pillaring this then. Scale Pillar, leave no one is Cut to the Chase Arsenal to CYB, so we can make stuff like a CNC. Alright. Do we want to leave the Crush the Weak on top? I guess so. Or no, oh, sorry. We don't want to sink the Crush the Weak. We want to not sink the Crush the Weak to leave it on top. Yes. Okay, so my brain doesn't work when I do this. If you can't tell. I feel like it's like counterintuitive. Alright, so they do have the test. That's fine. We reveal CYB on top. Alright, we will try to cut to the chase. Try to bottom this. Or to leave it on top, I guess. Although I guess it's a new card now because they drew it, right? Okay. So I guess we just get a little bit more information off the top. Which is not terrible. Right, they do have sync though. Alright, I think that's fine. Do I want to sink the pummel? Absolutely, I think I do. I think not giving them an early pummel is probably smart. Alright, a very blessing heavy hand. You know what's kind of funny is we can actually triple CYB. I feel like that's not correct though. Unless they do something like really weird. I guess if they like CNC pummel us, we can do it, but otherwise I think that's probably just a meme. Let's go ahead and just take this though. I think our plan is to surgical plus CYB. So I think it's fine to take a little bit of damage here. We can also use Tunic here, at least to maybe sneak in a Scale Peeler. Which might make them block with cards, which I think is good when they have a visit turn. They did get some gold generation pretty early, which is good for them, I think. Alright, they do block with Crown, so that's fine. At least you get Crown out of the way early. Then we'll go ahead and send in the Surgical. Golden Sun. Do we want to leave that on top? We're sinking that with a pummel, so I think I don't want to sink that. And then I think I let this go. Because I want to... Oh, shit. Alright, maybe we should have sunk that. That's really bad. Okay. Maybe we're just getting punished by clash cards, but maybe it's smart to actually stick that. All right. There's a lot of nuance to Arakni that I'm just now discovering, so that's cool at least. All right, pumping 9 into it, which is wild. All right, they do get double gold, which is terrible for us, but we kind of did that to ourselves at least. All right, go ahead and CYB this. All right, so we should not have left it on top. We draw into a very, very good hand. Triple shred and then a plunder. One of the better Arakni hands from what I've been told. All right, we do have CNC coming in. At least we can get rid of that with the CYB, so that's fine. Sure. Could also have the funnel here, which is pretty funny, but not a ton we could do about it. Yeah, let's see what they got. All right, we'll go ahead and pass here. I just want to move past. I don't want to do this in reactions in case they do want to pummel us. So we'll go ahead and gain back a little bit of our life. Still have our crown for the next CNC potentially, so not in bad shape. Alright, then I think here we're still scale clearing this. Again, Plunder of the Poor is not an incredibly above rate card by any stretch of the imagination. I guess it's a 0 for 4 with upside, so maybe not the worst card, but I guess it forces you to like Dagger, which is pretty bad. Alright, let's see if we can not fucking up an Arakni opt. Okay, so cost 1 or less, we get a silver. Do we want to bottom Arouse the Ancients? Probably fine. Try to find something a little bit better maybe, but pretty unlikely that this actually hits anything other than like a clash card. I guess it can hit Sink Below as well. We get Staunch. Okay, interesting. Alright, the double Codex Shred hand. At least we can CNC this. Or at least we can crown this. Alright, and their hand's pretty weak. So that's good for us. We actually don't even need to crown this. We can like block with Plunder the Poor, Dagger plus CNC, and then Shred. Shred can't do anything, but that's Shred normally doesn't do anything, so that's fine. Okay, so we'll take 5 here. Again, not in terrible shape against Victor. We are running into a scenario where we're oh whoops, sorry. Blah, blah, blah. I meant to pitch that. So we are running in a scenario where we're pitching 2 codexes next to each other, which is kind of bad, but also is what it is. I guess we'll just try to draw it. We'll try to line it up so that we codex into codex. Maybe that's the strat. We need to get rid of 1 card from our deck to do that. At our current stacking rate. If we're drawing 4 cards a turn, assuming. Alright, so we'll go ahead and send CNC here. So at least they can't block with armor, so they have to give us 2 real cards. Alright, do you like to see 2 blues out of the way? Alright, and then we see a Spinal. So we could actually like Bonzo Agony them this next turn, but is that even good? They would need to block with a card is the issue. So like we're basically trying to bank on them blocking with a card. I don't know if that's actually like reasonable. But maybe it is. Like, maybe it actually is somewhat reasonable. I guess what's the backup plan? We like AP3 ourselves. Okay, maybe it's not actually that good. I guess we can sync counter blessings, maybe draw into react or something. Okay, maybe surgical's better. So you can do like spiders, surgical, and then shred whatever they want to block with. I think I do want to attack with spiders by here. Or no, we can't attack with spiders because spinal. Okay, so maybe we just surgical shred arsenal and movable. Which is fine, we just won't use tunic counter. Which is okay. How much CYB life do we have set up? So we have 6 plus 4 plus however much 4 3 2 1s. Is that 20 life? T can do the math and tell me how much life we have left. Okay, so we're under spinal crush, so we can't do that. Guess we'll just go ahead and surgical, and then hopefully we can shred something. I'm going to sink the fuck out of this card now. I think we learned our lesson last time, and I do not want to get clashed into Golden Sun again. So maybe that's a important tip in the Arakni Victor matchup. Funny enough, the gauntlets don't actually defend against shred, which is kind of cool. Alright, we'll go ahead and let these both resolve. Alright, then we'll shred the gauntlets, I think, just so we can maybe try to get another civic step block out of them. Shred's pretty decent. Alright, they do have a sync, that's fine. We'll still sync, still shred the gauntlets, I think, which will break them. Alright, shred the gauntlets. Pass. Alright, arsenal the unmovable. And at least they're now basically at armor. They have 3 armor left. We still have all of our armor left. We're sitting on unmovable, so things are looking pretty good. Alright, using the tunic for what? Could be a 2-card 8 here or something. Or Macho. Okay, not bad. We at least do have a pretty clean answer to Macho. One problem is we're setting ourselves up for... I want to like maybe develop out this codex, but the problem with that... is that... I don't know. This hand's weird. Maybe we don't develop out this codex. Maybe we just pitch them all next to each other so we draw the 3 codex hand. Maybe that's the correct strat here. Alright, removal is a pretty clean block here, though. I guess we're just... Oh, we have the Quicken token. So we can do, like, Plunder the Poor into Leave No Arsenal Codex. We will sync wall up, I think is fine. Alright, so... Yeah, we shouldn't leave Golden Sun on top against Victor. Probably not great. Alright, I'm glad I bottomed the wall up here. Hopefully they don't draw into their last Golden Sun. That would be a little bit suboptimal for the trounce purposes. Alright, do like to see a double block though. Alright, they get CNC and that on top. Okay, that's fine. I think we'll just do Leave No here, and then I will not sync the staunch response. We might honestly threaten Black Hex here if they don't block this. And then we just Codex. And if not, we just get the Arsenal Codex, which I think is also fine. We do lose out on 1 value from the block, but I think that's okay. We have how much silver? We have 1 silver. Potentially another one if the Leave No hits. So you pretty easily just buy it back. We will go ahead and try to block Texas, I think. Alright, so we hit. His Staunch. Codex. Get back the Leave No Witnesses. Should at least mess up their next turn pretty good. Especially when they have Might and Vigor they probably want to use. They could get back like a CNC though, so it's not like terrible for them if they want to like double block. Alright, they are getting a Spinal Crush, which is interesting. Alright, go ahead and send Leave No. I will not sink the Sink Below because I would like to banish that ideally. It's a very Deer React heavy Victor list, but maybe this is like pretty normal new sideboard or something. I haven't really kept up with Victor if I'm being honest, but I think normally they're on sinks. That doesn't surprise me. The Staunches are a little bit surprising, but might be decent into new. Like it seems decent. I do love getting a Quicken on a 5-card hand. That should be very good for us next turn. Ooh, Quicken plus Persuasive, also pretty sweet. Alright, they do have a C. They are drawing into a Sink Below, though. So the Persuasive plus Razor Edge play is not incredible, but we could maybe get an Oromagus or something out of them, so maybe it's fine. Alright, coming in for 4. Part of me honestly just wants to like Easter egg draw a card and then see what we do, and then maybe send CNC at them so they can't block with Sync that we know is on top. That seems reasonable. We will go ahead and get our black ticks back, and then I think we'll go ahead and draw a card, punish him for the Quicken. Alright, Bonds is whatever. We can Peeler, I guess. How many CNCs have we seen? We see 2 CNCs total. Alright, so now they can't block with armor, which is at least good. So maybe we just send CNC since we know they have Sync in hands. And then maybe it's fine to just sit on Persuasive, especially when we have Crown. We can just Sync it away. Go ahead and pass here. Alright, we do get the Spinal Crush out of them, which is pretty sweet. So we know they have a Sync in hand still, and they have 3 unknown cards. Alright, Visit does make sense. So Visit, Chokeslam, Sync Below, and then 2 unknown cards. That is a scary amount of might, notably. So they still have 1 more Visit, which is also like terrifying. Okay. So we're not in great shape here. They don't have an Arsenal, which is also weird, but maybe we can... This is the last CNC, which is, I think, good for us. So we can Dagger plus Persuasive, like Scale Player plus Persuasive, which will probably be quite annoying for them, so at least force 1 card out of hand, which is maybe the best that we can hope for at this point. Still have a bunch of CYBs left in the deck as well, so... I don't think this is terrible for us. I think the next visit is going to be probably the worst one. We could also just pull Tunic to Spider's Bite. Maybe that's fine. Just get an extra damage in here. And Persuasive. The Spider's Bite shouldn't really impact much. It just forces at least 1 card out of hand. Alright, the Bite's not forcing anything out of hand. The Persuasive is. But at least this is like +1 damage. So I think I just want to try to develop out Tunic, especially if we're kind of going into a more grindy game, which we might be. The Mites might make that a little bit difficult, though. We'll see. Oh, do I not have Justinic in this deck? I might not have Justinic in this deck. I could have sworn I put this in. I'm just not noticing that. Okay, I feel like that might be a little bit of an oversight. Okay, so maybe this is not F-Tier Fridays. Maybe this is F-Tier deck building. That's also acceptable. Okay, sure. I think you probably do want to be running just Nick in this deck because that might be one of the better assassin cards ever printed. Alright, but we do have 8 mites coming at us, which is not ideal. We could do some looking for scrap things, though, if we just want to take a bunch of damage. Be a little bit aggressive here. Alright, they're pulling Tunic for Crush the Weak, which will make... So we can't... So we can block here and then send Looking for Scrap plus Eradicate if we want to block 7. It's maybe okay. Maybe also like block with black text just to get the value, although it's not really compelling like why we have to block with black text. So maybe it's just this. We could also block with Eradicate if we wanted to. What if we just block with the whole hand? But then I guess we're not like sending any pressure at them. Maybe this is fine. I think we'll just sit on Fade. They're out of the NCs at least, so it's pretty safe to sit on Fade. And if they want to go for like a Golden Sun Overpower, maybe that's okay. Still have 4 CYBs left in the deck, which I think is good. They also have how many block cards? They have 2 block cards left in deck. They've gotten a fuck ton of gold this game, but I think 2 of this was my fault, at least. Or 1 of it was my fault. Yeah, so that gold probably corresponded to at least like 3 damage or something, which is kind of crazy. Alright, Buckling Blow for 6 is not incredibly threatening. I feel like we are just going to... Could just block 6 here, E-Strike. It's probably fine. Just send some good damage. Alright, Double Fate's pretty good. Yeah, I feel like these Concealed Blades should probably just be just an X. Alright, so let's edit the F-Tier Fridays deck while we go here. So, Regicide probably out. Concealed Blades probably out. Just an X in. We don't want to be too F-Tier. Like, we want to show that the hero itself is F-Tier, not our deck building. So this is probably a little bit better. Let's see what they got. Nothing yet. I think this looks good. Or like 18 blues, but I think Arakni decks tend to be a little bit blue light compared to news. Alright, we have Rouse the Ancients for 0. Yes, you may undo. Oh, they developed up their gold main. That's terrible. Alright, so we need to kill them like now. This hand's not incredibly conducive to killing them right this second. We are potentially concerned about Pummel, in which case, how do we deal with that? I think we are supposed to block 3 on this then. How many Pummels have we seen? We've seen no Pummels. Alright, so this something they're gonna be able to pummel something. They reveal Crush the Weak and Debilitate. So they can Crush the Weak after this. In which case we Fate, which is fine. So I guess we're getting rid of this Fate Foreseen. But if we get rid of the Fate Foreseen, then we can't double Fate Foreseen. So maybe we're supposed to get rid of Concealed Blade in this case. Alright, CYB is helpful, I think. Alright, they pop a gold. Interesting. I guess they don't really have a payoff for the gold anymore, so it's probably fine to try to dig for some stuff. Alright, popping more gold. Definitely a little bit scary. We do have flick knives notably as well, so we can maybe try to threaten lethal somehow. Alright, they're back to a 4-card hand. Kind of scary, especially with Pummel. So how do we want to block against Pummel? Because I feel like that's what this is. What did they revealed a Debilitate, which they pitched there. They have 2 cards. I feel like if anything, they'd be trying to dig to resolve a Pummel, right? Like to try to close out the game. So if that's the case, then we want to 3-4-4. Then we hold on to looking for scrap, which is pretty bad. Maybe looking for scrap is like fine though. So maybe we block with persuasive here, and if they pummel, we double fate foreseen. Alright, we'll do 1 fate foreseen then. Bottom that I think is, well actually we can top that in case it's Golden Sun, because we can block with, isn't that how overpower works? You can block with reacts. So we leave that on top. Then if they want to fit, they can do that, but yeah. Okay. I think this makes sense. It's a little bit weird because now we have to pitch this CYB or the Tunic. Huh. I feel like I might have played this a little bit weird. But they've also seen like very good gold main estates, so. But we gave them 3 values, so maybe we should be like functionally at 14 or something. Alright, they get another test. That's fine. They win it. Also not surprising. Sure. Nah, I guess we'll pass back. Alright, pretty good against a Golden Sun. We can block 15 on a Golden Sun. Which might end up happening here, honestly. I would like to see some of those CYBs back again. But we might not get to that point. Alright, Spinal is scary. So we're just going to block however much of this we can. They have 2 more reacts in hand at least. So we've kind of weathered the storm. If they have Pummel here, that's like fine, because we're not going to be discarding it anyway. So it's basically just going to convert to 4 damage. Alright, so this is fine. No stress because we can at least get rid of our hand here. Alright, so they have the Pummel. They go to 22. Pretty good. Alright, so we'll fate. Bottom Razor's Edge, I think. I don't know if we need that to win the game necessarily. And then we'll also sink. So we're taking 8 here, going down to 3. Alright, a little bit dicey, but we are sitting on Fate, which is, I guess, pretty good. Alright, I'm kind of just hoping they don't have a Rouse or something here. I think Rouse would be pretty bad for us. Like, I basically don't want them to be able to convert their full hand into damage here. Alright, Golden Sun is bad. Oh, we maybe wanted to keep that Razor Reflex, didn't we? Potentially. Alright, so we're coming for 10. Alright, not ideal. Alright, we can't Bonds Agony or do anything there, so I think we'll block that. Block with Tunic or block with Flick Knives? Which one do we want? I feel like getting rid of Tunic might make more sense, honestly. We go to 1 here. Could have another Pummel. Right, well, do we want to top this? We might want to top this for Golden Sun purposes. This is assuming I know how Overpower works, which is probably a pretty unlikely thing. Alright, let's attack with Scale Pillar here. Can we Flick Knives as a react on the Scale Pillar? I think we should, right? So we put him to 3. then we can eradicate them. We will... Sure, we can sync Cranial Crush. I think that's fine. So now they have to give us at least one card here. I don't know, this is a lot tighter of a game than it was initially. Banish one here. Banish the Golden Sun. Okay, that's really good. No, we do not want to skip personal. All right, find a CYB and a removal. Okay, that's really, really good for us. That might just save us. The only problem is we can't really do both. So we could, like, unmovable eradicate them, Arsenal CYB or something. All right, so they can't have Pummel here. The immovable covers this pretty nicely, so I think that's worth it. And then we can eradicate pitching CYB. Maybe we should actually just go for the cut to the chase instead of the CYB. I feel like that's smarter. So here I'm just going to immovable. I think I'm going to try to go for lethal here. Right, we will bottom trick slam. I think that's fine. Especially when they're coming up on Tunic, I guess. We have the cuts to the chase, so they need to block at least... They need to block more than 6 here if they want to live. Alright, so they're only blocking 6, which means we can flick this and cut. Alright, let's see if this gets there. Oh, it just barely got there. Okay, that's really good. Okay, so they're trying to hold on to Golden Sun. That makes sense. Alright, that was a fucking tight game. Where were our CYBs, out of curiosity? Okay, we have our CYBs still, like, a ways away. Okay, that's probably good to note. Also, codexes next to each other again is kind of funny. That's actually a very funny pitch stack. Two shards, 2 codexes. Alright, well, I think that's going to wrap up F-Tier Fridays. Again, if you want to play the stack, you should probably include Justinek, because that card's probably cracked. Actually, let me take a look at how good that card is in the stack. We have the Double Troubles, we got the Bonds, we got the Persuasive. I mean, it's not that good, but, like, you can probably just combo it with, like, what, 15 cards in the deck? For 12? I can count, I swear. 12 cards in the deck. Okay, maybe we go up on some other stuff, but I think you should probably make room for that. Yeah, but I think that's going to probably wrap it up today. Again, I don't know how to play Arakni. This is F-Tier Fridays, so this could also just be F-Tier deck building. But we did pretty well with it, honestly. I mean, it's not that hard to just make, like, an Assassin's Good Stuff deck with CYB in it. Yeah, but I think that's going to wrap it up. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.